Hi guys, it is Hillary. I am here in my studio in Los Angeles. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for a little teacher space and time to a little dig deep. And the theme for today is to be awesome. Just gonna put it out there. So I wanted to get back to the Cadillac today and do some chest expansion half kneeling. So if you know this one, it is so much more than just a chest expansion kind of exercise. It is that scissoring and that lifting and pulling up and lengthen. So I use it a lot to help people kind of find those scissoring legs, to find it for their one-to-chair work, to find it just for standing, to find it for so much of our work, not only in the studio, but outside the studio. Also, it's a wonderful one for balance, and it's a wonderful one to just kind of step it up a bit with our chest expansion, finding that scissoring, finding that growing tall. You've got it on the reformer, you've got it with the roll down bar. This one we're using the arm springs, and we've got kneeling. We're kneeling, but in kind of a lunge type position. So we'll kind of go through it, but if you've noticed kind of things with your clients, maybe, squaring the hips or making them kind of not hike, kind of getting that feeling of, which we work a lot on the one-to-chair with like the going up front and the going up side and all of these things, is getting them to feel their own kind of alignment, feeling their own way of getting there. Because as we know, unless they're babies, people are not going to have perfectly square hips. They're not going to have perfect symmetric, it's just not going to happen. Life, hello. So for us to give them those cues to kind of feel themselves center everything, they're going to do the best that they can do. Hi, Joel. So let's take a look at it. I've got the arm springs. Now these are grots, which are pretty heavy. So that's a lot of support. So it's a lot for that body to kind of go, oh, that's what needs to happen. So I'm giving you a side view. Hopefully that's good. So let's see, I might have to move you a bit. Yeah, let's move you a teeny tiny bit, just so that you can see the full effect. Okay, so you're going to be kneeling, grabbing your handles, preferably handles, and then just taking one foot forward. And you want to make sure that one knee's right under that hip, the other foot, they're going to want to bring it in a little bit or out a little bit for balance to make it easier. So just kind of go see that their foot's in line with their knee, in line with their hip as best as they can. And then what you want to do is just think of growing tall. And before we even begin with the resistance and the tension of our spring, we want to feel that scissoring of our legs. And I really cue that more than anything else the whole time. So what you want to think about is they're pressing that back foot, back shin into the mat. And then they're taking that knee and trying to pull it forward. And then their front foot, they're trying to take that heel and pull it towards that back leg. So the minute you do that, if they're all like uneven and they pull those legs together, it brings their hips into a better position. So that really gives them that feeling of growing tall, getting as best as they can that squareness or alignment for their body, right? So I'm going to cue that the whole time. Keep pulling that front leg towards the back, back towards the front, and they're going to hold on really tight, and we're trying to keep weight even here. And they're going to dig those arms down towards the floor and pull back, and then try the head turns, and then bringing it forward. So as they're digging down and pulling back and doing those lovely head turns, we're seeing, can they stay balanced? Can they keep scissoring those legs? What's happening to their body? Especially as the head turns, because there's into that proprioception, right? The whole reason for us to turn that head there. And so pulling back, keeping the position of the arms and those legs scissoring together. If possible, they switch without holding, but they may have to put their hands down. And this is a really good one for older clients, if they can kneel, to really work on that balance. And they see that right away, and they love. Anyone who has trouble with balance is gonna like be all over working on balance, including myself. So you would switch legs, obviously, and you would see different things. So on this side, for me, this right hip always wants to rotate this way because I'm very tight there. So again, if you think about pulling together, and I might give you a different view in a second, and it's the same work, but you might notice some different patterns. Woo, see, as I kind of lost it, on each side. So let me just show you, don't get dizzy. I'm gonna move you for a second. As we go, you can close your eyes if you want to. And let's see if we can get straight on here. Okay, so just wanna show you, just so you can see. I'll get this out of your way. So just so you can kind of see the front part. When I talk about scissoring the legs, so I'll use my more challenged side. So if you're looking here, my natural state is to do this, and it's kind of a little rotated this way, a little bit hiked. But if I talk about scissoring those legs and pulling the front towards the back, back towards the front, if I just pull and do that, it just takes everything where I want it to be as best as I can, or as best as that client can. So I'll do the other side. So if you think about this hip maybe being back a bit, or whatever it is, and you talk about pulling those legs, pulling the front, it just naturally will take them where they need to be. And so it's a great exercise for all of those things we look for in terms of our alignment with our client, especially with the hips, lengthening and growing tall because they're scissoring and growing tall, pressing into those legs. So you can refer that and think about it when you take them into things like even side splits or front splits, Russian splits, going to the chair and going up front, going up side, feeling that pulling together and growing tall. And you get the chest expansion, you get that work of reaching, you get the work of that proprioception and balance there. So it's one of those that I love and my clients really like. They love this one because they can feel the work of the balance. They can feel how when they do that, everything kind of goes where it feels right. And then you can refer back to it as you go through the work or go through different things. And it kind of gets this muscle memory involved with them. So anyway, I wanted to look at that because it's one of my favorite, and a client that I see, she misses it more than anything. So we've kind of mimicked it on the mat with weights, but it's a little different, but it still gets the balance and all that. But anyway, that was it. So again, next week, if you have any requests, let me know, and we can hit anything you want. But hope you enjoy your week, you stay safe. Also, if you want to kind of get into a community with me and check out some classes, go to my link in my bio, and it'll shoot you over to my Patreon page. So check that out. There's tons of options for you. Anyway, enjoy, bye, be safe, enjoy the weather wherever you are. Bye.